Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to do how do women view you. I think I did this it was either 2 months. I think it was 2 months ago I did this, so I'm gonna do it again. Um, so let's see if it's for those of you that's seen the previous one. Let's see if it's changed, if it's been altered, and for those of you that are new to this channel, let's get to it. But we have three options. We have pile number one, which is the Princess of Swords reversed. I know it's upright to you guys, but I need it reversed because I'm looking at it from a different angle, and I don't want to get confused. But I will let you know it's the Princess of Swords reversed, which is pile number one. The Three of Wands is upright, and that's pile number two. The Knight of Wands is reversed, and that's pile number three. Um, Also, I have an announcement. That is it. That's what I was supposed to say. I have an announcement. And I recently did a video called the future, your future spouse. Yeah, how your future spouse will treat you. And I need everyone to realize something, if they have watched it, is literally this is the type of person that you will marry if you don't fix your behavior. Now, I know for some reason, usually I get like two cards that have like negative feedback and then one that's positive, but this is tarot and I don't know what I'm going to see. And I'll be real, I think all the messages in those cards were a bit negative in some respect, but it is because you guys have to do the shadow work so you don't end up with people like this, if that makes sense. So it's kind of showing you, remember tarot is just it's like a guide. So I've explained someone that you could possibly end up with, but it's because you've entertained that type of behavior. So if I said something like, "Oh, you're going to end up with someone, that's really controlling," you've been entertaining controlling men, darling. Do you know what I mean? Or you've been entertaining controlling women. So you are most probably going to end up with someone controlling if you do not if you don't stop associating yourself with someone like that. That's who you're going to end up with. Do you know? So it's kind of like you guys, at the end of the day, who you marry, that's in your power. But if you keep doing the same stuff over and over again, you're going to keep getting the same results, which means eventually that's the sort of person you're going to marry, right? So what I'm saying is change your behavior, then you'll attract someone more healthy. That's literally what it is. Everyone likes to say, "Oh, I'm always attracting these horrible people." Well, maybe because, babe, you don't respect yourself. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not saying it in a condescending way. Like, for years, I did not respect myself. Do you know what I mean? And I just ended up with these horrible people. And it's like, now you cannot chat to me. If you're a horrible person, I'm missing. You won't see me. You can never chat to me. Like, I'm not going to entertain it. I'm not having it. Any type of weird behavior. When I was younger, any type of weird behavior, I'd be like, "Oh, okay, it's fine. Maybe they're going through something." No, I don't care what you're going through in terms of, cool, you're going through something, but that doesn't give you the right to take your anger out on another person, right? And you've got to show people you're not taking your anger out on me. I don't care what you've been through in terms of, I care, but you're not going to disrespect me. Talk to me nice, talk to me a certain type of way that's respectful, and then we can deal with your issues together. If you're going to speak to me disrespectfully, don't speak to me. And what I was picking up was a lot of you are very lenient when it comes to these disrespectful people, and that's okay, meaning that now, but moving forward, you can't be letting people disrespect you guys. And even though I don't, personally know you guys, I'm picking up your energy, so I'm feeling like I personally know you guys, and I just I don't want to see you guys end up with these horrible people, because you're very loving people. I pick up all of you are very loving and understanding, but because you're so loving and understanding, unfortunately, you can attract narcissistic people if you have no boundaries. And subscribers, I want you to have boundaries, you know what I mean? And some of you are working on that. Some of you do have boundaries and you've been working on it and there's been a change, but you have to keep up that change, you know what I mean? And for new people that are watching this, um, just keep having boundaries and you won't end up with horrible people around you. That's just basically what the message is. And I would like to thank all the people that have been buying readings, because it's crazy. Like, I go to work and I come back and someone's bought a reading. And I'm like, wow, like people actually starting to buy readings now. That's amazing. But yeah, it's more consistent, and I'm very grateful for you guys. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, I am getting paid sometimes because people are buying personal readings, but I actually love doing this because I actually get to help people out there. Does that make sense? Because even the profession that I plan to go into, which is to be a psychologist, that's technically helping people, right? And I feel like tarot cards are similar, quite similar in that respect. So I kind of feel like I'm doing what my soul mission is to do anyway. It's just a bonus that I can get paid for it too. So yeah. Anyways, I just bored you guys with, my little, is it a monologue? I don't know, my little speech there. But okay, we're gonna go to pile number 1 now, and that is the Princess of Swords. So okay, how let me stage the place quick, because I just went into a whole, I got a bit emotional there, because I really care about you guys. I don't want you guys to end up with horrible people, and I feel like a lot of you guys have been doing inner work, and I'm just proud of you guys for that. Okay. Right, so let's do this. What do women think of pile number 1? So straight away, guys, is a thing where they don't know how to talk to you. So we're going to look at this platonically. So if you know women view you platonically, they don't know how to speak to you. They feel like some of you talk about stuff that not a lot of people speak about, is very different. But it's good to be different, Why would you want to be like everyone else? But yeah, some of you, it's just that your intellects. So when you're talking about something, people can't keep up. That's just how people are. You know what I mean? It's not, everyone has different IQs. And unfortunately, well, I mean, it depends how you want to look at it. Fortunately or unfortunately, you guys' IQ is quite high. So when you're having conversations with people, they're just kind of like, I don't really know what she or he is trying to say to me, but okay, like it's like nodding, but they're not understanding what you're talking about. And then for some of you, it's not that you are an intellect, is that you speak about stuff no one really thinks to speak about, or you look at the small details of stuff and then you will talk about it, and then people are like, that's an odd thing to talk about. Okay, how do I contribute to this conversation? Some of you do the whole random facts thing. You'll speak about random, you just say random information like trivia, and people are just kind of like, what did that have to do with what we were speaking about? Like, what does that have to do with anything? So some people are kind of like you, some people, some women are just like, I don't know what you are talking about. Like, I don't get why, or I don't get why you brought that up. And for some of you, I got something along the lines of oh no, I had it. No, I don't want to forget this. It was something else that was important. Right. No. This is going to irritate me. I know this. Hold on, guys. Bear with me. You know. Okay, some of you are kind of like, you're idealists. You want to change the world in some respect. You guys might say stuff like, oh, like, why can't society be like this? Or why can't we start to involve this into society? Why can't people view stuff like this? And then the women are looking at you like, I don't understand why you would even say that, because they may be very traditional women, the women that, you're around, or women that approach you. They're just kind of like, why would you even say that? Like, why would you even think that that's okay? Some of you have behaviors that's not traditionally acceptable for women. Some of you may act very dominant, which I don't think is anything wrong with that, but some women may look at you like you shouldn't be behaving like that. It's not very ladylike. And I feel like some of you are like, I don't give a F if you think it's not ladylike. That's how I am. If you don't like it, babe, there's the door. I feel like you guys are very vocal of this is how I am. It may not be traditionally feminine or traditionally what women are supposed to do, but you can suck on it if you don't like it. Oh, just be careful what I'm saying. There may be some old people watching this. Okay, sorry, old people. Like, I should not have said that. Let me let me make that a bit more cute. You can get stuffed if you don't like how I am. So, yeah. And the women are kind of like, I don't even know how to talk to pal number one anymore, because it's like, they just, even if I try to give them advice on how to be more ladylike or to be more normal, they just don't want to listen. So there's that. That's if they look at you platonically. Now, if you know women look at you romantically, what I'm kind of picking up is that you, they, I feel like you guys are very attractive, and that could be sexually attractive, or it could be very like, they just find you very beautiful. Because there's different reasons for why people get attracted to people. Either way, it is very intense, and I think you guys, you don't even put much effort into it. That's just how you are. And then, potential love interests, which are women, they're just like, I don't know how to speak to this person. Like, I don't know how to do it. They get a bit scared, like how, and they don't want to sound dumb. They don't want to sound like they don't know what they're talking about when they're talking to you. So they're very careful. They don't want to mess up when they're speaking to you. They don't want to lose you, or potentially, lose you as an option of being a romantic lover. So there's that. Okay. I'm going to get more information with the African American Tarot. So how do women view pile number one? That's too many cards. That's too many cards, guys. Okay, we have the Queen of Wands reverse. Okay, so guys, I'm going to be real with you. There is a bit of jealousy going on here. As I was saying, a lot of you was giving me quite dominant, confident energy within yourself. And you can be confident, and I really tried to do something there. I actually tried to say you can be confident and submissive. I guess you can, but no, I'm not getting that vibe from you though. I'm getting more of, I'm very confident in who I am, and it may not be how everyone wants me to be or how women expect me to be, but I feel very attractive in how I am, so I'm not going to change how I am. It's like you're very proud of yourself, and it's not in an egotistical way. It's like, this is how I am. I may not be how traditional women are, and I'm okay with that, and I love me. And I feel like some women are just a bit jealous of that, because they feel like they can't be like that, and because if they was to behave like you, or they was to behave how they really are, society will basically penalize them for that. And they don't want to be penalized. They care more about what society thinks than how they view themselves, No, that doesn't make sense. They want society's approval more than their own approval. That's the type of women you come across. And the fact that you can be yourself, it just really pisses them off, because it's like, how dare you be so confident in your beauty? Some of you, again, in this card, the Queen's hair, her hair just really attracts me. It's just so lovely. It's like, and this is for, okay, cool. So for some of you, you like wearing your hair natural. So I'm speaking to, I know I have different audiences from different cultures out there, but for the viewers that are, you know, of African descent, some of you wear your hair natural. And some women are looking at you like, well, you need to, you know, do your hair a bit better than that, because in terms of, they don't really accept Afro hair as being the beauty standard, basically. So they're like, you need to, you know, change your hairstyle. You can't be having your hair like that. It's not professional. And you guys are kind of like, no, 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 babe. This is my crown. I wear my hair how I want. And this is how I'm going to do it. And I don't care if it's not your traditional beauty standard. It's my beauty standard. And I'm proud of my hair and my crown. And I'm going to wear my hair like this. And if you don't like it, you know where the door is, babe. And they're just like, okay. But it's weird because there's this element of jealousy, because again, like, you wear your hair how you want, and they wear their hair how society says they have to wear their hair, because they've accepted that that's the beauty standard, what society thinks, basically. Also, for some of you, you might like to dye your hair a lot. You might like to dye your hair pink, purple, green. And not people, I keep saying people, so weird, women are like, you can't be walking around with green hair. What are you doing? Like, that's not, it's like they're repulsed, but they admire it too, because as I said, you do what you want. And you guys are, and I feel like when they're saying this to you guys are like, I don't care, babe. If I want green hair, I'm wearing green hair. And girl, if you have green hair, you wear your green hair, okay? You wear it proud. But yeah, they're just like, okay, I mean, that's not professional, but if that's what you want to do. Anyways, just hating in it, because they're too scared to do that themselves. We have, I'm really focused on the imagery in these cards now, today. Okay, cool. I think women are quite snaky around you guys. Why'd you say that? Oh, because basically there's a snake on the card. Let me elaborate. Let me elaborate. I think they will pretend to be your friend. They will be around you and chill with you, because as I said, they admire you. So why would they not be around someone they admire? But then, because of the jealousy aspect now, you may have some women around you that do some snaky things. They do some deceitful things. And you guys may be wondering why. Well, is the fact that, you know, they admire you and they're jealous of you at the same time. That's why they do it. You guys are very mysterious. And you are mysterious because you don't fit into how women say you're supposed to be. So I feel like when men try and speak to you, they're really attracted, because a man or women is okay, I have to do it. How am I going to word this? No, I'm going to say it how I said it. When men or women, they're really attracted to you because, like, you have this mysterious aura. And the girls that normally, the women I'm referring to in this pile, they don't like it because you're competition now. Now you're just a competition. You come with something new, and they would rather fit into how society expects them to behave, and that's not really working out for them. It's actually making them boring, and yeah, they're upset by it. So yeah, you provoke a lot of jealousy. Is unintentionally provoking jealousy in these women. And I'm being real, because as I said previously, I don't do this channel to boost people's ego or anything like that. That's not what my channel's about. I just tell it like it is. So if this is what's being said, that's just what it is. You know? Let me see what else comes out. We have the 5 of Swords reversed. You guys are just very authentic, and it's becoming an issue. You have the Queen of Pentacles, the moon reversed, and I feel like you guys are very honest people, because if for the five of swords to be reversed and the queen sorry, the five of swords to be reversed and the moon reversed, that just means any secretive or deceptive element, you know, that's usually in people. Everyone has can have deceptive qualities in them, some more than others, but for you guys, you just feel like there's no need to really be deceptive. I am who I am. I'm proud of who I am. I don't have time to sit here and con you and deceive you. And women, you have the reputation of this when it comes to women. Like, they know that you're not someone out there that's trying to one up someone, and you're not someone out there that's trying to, you know, be secretive about how you feel about something, because I feel like you guys are very vocal in, you know, how you are and what you think. And when you feel a certain type of way about someone, is either you're going to tell them to their face how you feel, because you don't have time for the awkwardness, or you're just going to remove yourself from them, because it's like, I'm not going to pretend to be your friend. Like, part number one, you're not someone that pretends to be a woman's friend and you don't like them. You're just going to be like, I don't really want to talk to you, okay, go away. And then we have the Ace of Swords reverse. So on a this is supposed to be romantic and platonic, you know. I'm trying to be open-minded. Okay, so let me just stick to platonic, and then I will go to romantic. So platonically is a thing where you are very different in a good way, but it creates jealousy. You guys are very straightforward. You're not trying to one up people. You're not being secretive about how you feel, because you just feel like there's no reason to. And I feel like you guys are very hardworking. For the Queen of Pentacles to be here, you're very hardworking, and I feel like you're very productive. Your day may consist of doing so many things. You don't just sit at home and chill. You're like, oh, there's money to be making. I can't be doing all that. There's never a chill type of. There is a chill vibe when, you know, when you can have a day off work, but you normally are very productive, and you're able to look. You do get a reputation of looking after people. If you financially have it, you will look after people. Women feel this way about you. You will look after people. And there's this kind of motherly energy to you looking after people too. So you come off quite motherly. Even if you are a guy, there's just a very nurturing vibe to you. And women see that, and they're very impressed by it. They're like, okay. So some women view you as a mother figure because they didn't have a decent one. I know that's so rude of me to say. I should not be commenting on anyone's mothering skills, but I'm just explaining how some of these women feel about their own mother or mother figures in their life. They may feel like they haven't been very good mother figures to them, but you're a very good mother figure in that respect. You are a provider. Some of you are really good at providing, and some of you may actually be mothers and you're just a really good mother. And that's what women are saying. Like, well, okay, cool, pile number one doesn't act, you know, the traditional submissive feminine way, but they are one heck of a provider, and they do know how to look after their kids financially and materialistically. So I can't really fault them for that. They do the job. So there's that. I feel like you guys are very intuitive, because she's wearing purple. So you guys are very intuitive. You have good intuition, and even the card you chose is purple as well. So that's how women do know you're very wise. Very wise. It's pinkish purple, so it's like a mix of the crown chakra and the third eye chakra. It's like having a good sense of logic and having a good sense of intuition at the same time. So you come across as very intelligent to women in general. You have your priorities straight. With the Queen of Pentacles upright, you do have your priorities are in order. No one can tell you otherwise. So because of that, because you come across as quite perfect in that respect, someone, they have to tear down something, right? That's just the nature of people sometimes. They have to tear down something, and what they will tear down is the fact that you don't come off as feminine, or as I guess that's all I can as feminine and as submissive as society expects you to be. And okay, they can feel like that, because I from this reading I can see you guys are doing what you're supposed to be doing in life, and I'm very proud of you, and I think you should continue to do that. And I don't think you should really care what these women have to say, you know, like, so there's that. um you don't talk much. Some of you, you don't, you only speak when you feel like you have to speak. You're not going to sit there and just talk rubbish. Okay, that's rude. You're not going to sit there and just talk for talking's sake. When you speak, there's reason for why you're saying what you're saying. So some of you may get called reserved or quiet, and it's like, no, they're not reserved. Like, you're not reserved or quiet. It's just there's no, oh, you may be, but there's no need to speak about something if there's no need to do it. You know when to say something and when not to. And majority of the time, because you're not sitting here, and some of you just don't like talking about gossip and slander. Like, that's just not your cup of tea. You like talking about some deep stuff. And when these women come to you with some gossip and slander and some he said, she said, you're just sitting there like, why am I talk? I don't want to talk about this. Is this what you're really going to talk about with me? And some of you just sit there quiet because you're like, first of all, you're trying to put me in mix up. You're trying to put me in some problems. You want me to talk about another person so you can say I said this and this, and you want to put me in the girl mix up gossip. No, thank you. I don't want to do it. So you guys are like, I'm not, I'm not talking about no one with you because you just want to basically put me in problems. I'm not doing it. So there's that reason, because you're wise to know that's going to happen. But then some of you are like, even if anything I say does not get back to the person you're sitting there talking about, meaning these women, you're just like, why am I even talking about that? What does that do for me? Is that getting me money? Like, what is that doing? Is that boosting my reputation? I actually think it's doing the opposite, really. So you guys are just like, I don't. And then some of you just look at some of the women and you're like, why would I sit here and talk? So if I sit here and talk about this person with you, are you not going to go home and then think I'm going to talk about you to other people? Because that's what I just did with you. Like, some of you just look at, okay, there's another thing that really gets on women's nerves. You look at people, you look at women sometimes like they're dumb, but it's not intentional. Like, sometimes I think women will come up to you and just do some really silly things, and the look you give them lets them know that what they did was silly, and then they basically feel silly, and then they're like, okay, maybe I shouldn't talk to pal number one anymore because they just made me feel silly. So some women are like, you only talk about stuff they're not interested in, and when you do talk, it's like they're not interested. That's just the best way I can put it. It's just really sad. Um, okay, so the way some women work is like they'll one up. Not some women, like they like to one up their partner to make sure nothing bad happens in their relationship, but you don't function like that. You're just very I wouldn't say you're open book, but I would say you're very direct and clear. And so you try to make sure there's no misunderstandings when you have a partner. And some of the women that you're around, they don't understand that. They're like, why wouldn't you make sure that, for example, you could be with a partner and you're just straightforward with them. If you feel a certain way, you're going to tell them, I feel a certain way. I don't like that you did that. And then some of the women are like, why would you tell him or her that you felt upset? Like, why would you do that? That was silly. Or they'll say, why wouldn't you make sure you have like a backup person to go to just in case you get dumped? And you'll sit there like, why am I doing that? Isn't the whole point of a relationship to be with someone and be with them 100%? So why am I going to make sure I have a backup there? If I'm talking to someone, I'm talking to them, then that's it. And then the girls are looking at you like, what are you talking about? So yeah, there's that, which is quite sad. But to each his own. Um, and okay, so romantically, women view you as as I said, a provider. You look, you take care of your obligations. You do what you're supposed to do regarding, your stability, and you guys look after yourself. And women really like that about you. You're very attractive to them because of this. But some of them might be scared that you may hurt their feelings with the truth too much because you guys are very direct. They may not tell you certain things because they're scared that you will basically curse them out for it. Like, why would you do something so silly? Like, what did you gain out of doing that? Like, some people, they can see that someone did something silly and they're like, okay, cool, I'm not going to say anything. But you guys, in a romantic sense, you'll be like, so what did you gain by doing that? Like, you don't care. You're very direct. And because some of these women don't want their ego bruised, they're not going to be very honest about certain things with you because they can't take the criticism. Um, they don't feel they're good enough to even speak to you. And this is romantically. Uh, their confidence is not that high, and also they think that you could get someone better than them if they are speaking to you romantically. It's pretty much the other messages with the other messages of okay, some of you, if this is romantically, um, you don't talk much, and the females are like, oh, they're trying to get information out of you, or they're just trying to talk to you so they can understand you more, and you're not revealing a lot of information, and they're just kind of like, how do I bond with you if you're not going to talk, bro? How do I bond with you if you're not going to talk, sis? Like, I need to, you know. So some of them just feel if some of them are kind of like you don't talk much, or they've kind of vanished for like no reason, it may be because you haven't been very vocal and open. So they're just like, what am I doing here? You're not even trying to open up. So we got, like, how can we even have a friend? How can we have a relationship if we can't even build a friendship? You don't speak. So that's how some of them are feeling. That's for some people. But yes, that is what I'm picking up. Pile number one. If you'd like to read and like, subscribe to my channel. If you would like a personal reading, the details are in the description box below. And now I'm going to go to pile number two. Okay, so women feel like you do a lot. Um, so and it's in different areas. It may be everyone's gonna know how it resonates to them personally, but some of you do a lot for others. Like you do a lot for the community, or you do a lot for your family or your friends, and you always get reciprocity. That's the word. What you do is always reciprocated. You get the benefits of your hard work, and that's how some women feel. They're like, well, or some of you women feel like you get good karma. I know traditionally the three of wands doesn't mean that, but that's what I'm picking up because it's literally whatever you do, you're just waiting for it to come back to you. Some of you women feel like you're very hardworking, and the reason you're very hardworking is because you want certain benefits back. But it's not in a bad way or anything like that. It's not in a way where you're only doing something to get something back, but they just know that you go so hard because you know that you're gonna get your rewards at the end, and is deserved because the card's upright, so it's deserved. So they know you're working so hard to get somewhere, and they feel like it will come. It will come when it's supposed to come. They don't feel like you're selfish at all because, as I said, you guys come across as very hardworking. some of you, okay, this is for some of you women feel like, you know, you're waiting for a partner, but it's not energy of like, oh, I need one. It's not needy. It's like, you know, you're waiting, and when they come, they will come, because you've been putting in the work in yourself. um, you've been making sure you look after yourself. You've been, you know, making sure you love yourself, and eventually someone that feels the same way about you will come to you, and that's how they feel. um, Romantically, I would say women are like, okay, I've put in a lot of work to impress pile number two, so hopefully they give me the same energy back. So they're just waiting for you to acknowledge them. So they may be very eager. If you view women romantically, they may be, you know, they may do a lot to try and impress you, but they're sitting there like, okay, so when is pile number two gonna, you know, show me some love, because I feel like I've been doing the work. So where is my congratulations? You know, where's my reward? So yeah, they're just like, I'm still waiting. And then the same messages as the platonic vibe of you work hard, so you're waiting to get your rewards. Okay, let's go. Getting more information with the African American tarot deck. How do women view pile number two? Oh, let me sage the place quick. Woo! Okay, let's do this. How do women view pile number two? I have to call her back. Okay. How do women view pile number two? We have the Strength card, and we have the Six of Pentacles. Okay, we have the King of Swords. Okay, guys, I mean, you're very respected out here in these streets. The Ace of Swords, reverse. Whether they view you platonically or romantically, there's a lot of respect here. Finally, a positive reading, you know what I mean? Like, I don't get to choose what comes out, guys, you know? Okay, one more card. That is not one more card. Okay. I can't take all that. You guys, like, 8 cards came out. Like, no, I need one more. One more. Oh my gosh. Well, they have their opinions, you know. I understand. They have a lot to say then, guys, because I've like so many cards keep coming out. I only need one more, but it's like they have. There's some gossip going on about you, but it's not bad gossip. It's like, wow, pile number two, she or he's really doing their thing. Like, they're really hardworking. You guys are the hardworking pile. Pile number one was hardworking too, but you guys, your whole reputation is based on this. Let me just take the one that fell on the table, because only one fell on the table. Okay, the Magician reversed. What? No, they can't end it like that. I need to, okay, clarify the Magician reverse. That's not gonna work, honey. No. This one flipped, so I'm gonna take it. It was the Four of Cups reversed. Okay. Well. Alright then. We'll have to go with that. Oh. Okay. Well, that's making more sense now that I saw the bottom of the deck. We have the Justice card reversed at the bottom of the deck. So I'm going to go with the platonic messages first, and I'll go with romantic messages. So platonically, guys, I just feel like women kind of feel like you haven't had the easiest life. Some of them have seen you go through some serious stuff. I feel like you guys are just very hardworking, but for some reason, you just haven't got what you deserve now, but I feel like you will get it eventually, basically. So remember, I said for some of you, like, you put in a lot of hard work and you get it back. That's how some women view. But then for some of you, women view like you put in hard work and you haven't got the rewards yet, but you will get the rewards, basically, because even though you don't get what you want instantly, you still say, okay, well, I'm still going to work hard because I will get what I want. So because there's this determination there, they really respect you for that. As I said, obviously everyone's gone through something, but guys, I'm not going to lie, women kind of know you for going through some really tough stuff, but it just hasn't broken you. You're just not going to let it. You're like, nope. Yep, it's just many bad stuff have happened, but I'm still going to soldier this out because I'm a soldier, and we don't give up around here. So yeah, they're like, okay, I see pound number 2. They're really not gonna let life defeat them. Women feel like there's a strength within you. Women feel like you're a very strong individual. Well, you know what's interesting about you guys? You guys are strong, but you use this affectionate, soft side of you to tame people, basically. So it's like when some people first see you, they wouldn't think that you're strong, but when they hear your whole story and actually see how you tame people, they're like, wow, this is actually a very strong person, but it's just in a different type of way, not the traditional way you would view it. If you guys want to do something, you do it. So for a lot of you, women view you as go-getters, like, and you have this regal elegance to you. Like, you're very much, sorry guys, you might hear my stomach through this reading, I'm going to eat something after this, but you're very much like, I'm a classy bitch, okay? I'm not even a bitch, I'm a classy female, or I'm a classy male, I'm a classic man. You're very classy, you know what I mean? And it's like, no matter what happens, you're like, I'm going to take this with a pinch of salt. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to let it get me out of character. You basically, you behave, the way you respond to violence or anything negative, you just do a Beyonce. You're like, I don't have time to behave in a really disgusting way just because you have. Nope, I'm going to turn another cheek and I'm going to do what I do best, and that's just working hard and being, and respecting myself, because you want me to come out of my character. You're trying to call me out and I'm not doing it. So very graceful. I like that about you guys. Yeah, you're just known to give a lot to people. Like, you give a lot of your time. Some of you give a lot of your time to people. And then some women are kind of like, you don't need to be giving that person all your time, pal number 2. Like, why are you doing that? And you guys are like, well, I'm just a nice, generous person. There's like a lot of Leo energy, And I'm also picking up Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, and Virgo. You don't have to have those in your chart, but that's the energy you give off. But it's just like you guys are very generous and you will help out people if they need help because that's just how you are. You can't help it. And you're just like, what is actually wrong with that? Like, what's wrong with being generous and giving to people? Like, you're supposed to be like that, you know? You're not supposed to be selfish. That's not how you prosper in life, you know? But some people kind of feel like if you was a bit more selfish, then you wouldn't have gone through so much bad times. But I feel like you guys are just a bit like, you guys don't live by that motto. It's, I'm a generous person and I will do a lot for people because that's how I am. And also, um, women really like you, power number two. Because the reason I say that is because in the Six of Pentacles, it looks like they're about to hug each other. Like there's a nice warm embrace going on here. So I feel like when women see it, they're like, oh my gosh, come here. Some of them are like, I need to protect you. I need to protect you because you're just too nice out here in these streets. What are you going to do when I'm not here? Like women feel like they have to protect you and look after you. And for some of you, women just feel like, there's my girl. There is my home girl. Okay? Like, I missed you. I missed you. I missed you. Give me a hug. Okay? How could you leave me for so long? Like, it's just a nice loving energy. And even if it's not as physical as I've said, when they see you, like, they're like, oh, they're very happy. Even if they don't show it, they're happy because you just have you just have a nice energy about you guys. It's very loving, it's very giving, it's very hardworking. Like, how can you not like that energy? But do you know what's weird? Not part of one had a similar energy, but for you guys, is like you're not hated for it, you're loved for it. There's not a jealousy aspect here. It's, I'm so happy, you know, that you're this way, and it's really sad that you haven't, you know, got your rewards for it, but you eventually will, and I'm rooting for you. Like, that's the type of vibe. Okay, I mean, I'm liking what's happening with this reading. I'm liking it. So yeah, um, you're very respected. Women respect you. Now, I really don't know if someone's watching this and they've had some women just disrespect them, but like, I'm not really picking it up. I'm getting, you're respected, even if they try and behave a certain ways, because they may be trying to. Because if you're viewed as the King of Swords, you're just, you're like viewed as royalty in a sense. Like, you speak a lot of sense, and everyone respects you. But so if someone does try to disrespect you, like if a woman tries to disrespect you, part number two, it's because you have so much respect from others. They're trying to take you down a peg or two. Like, calm down. You're not the Queen of England, babe. Like, calm down. But as I said, I wasn't really getting that type of energy. I'm just getting like a lot of women just respect you. They respect you. Like, that's the best way I can say it. Okay, let me stop repeating that. Moving forward. I feel like a lot of people are sad when you don't manifest certain things you want to manifest. You may have been saving up for a car, but then what happened was you had to pay for, you know, the light bill, the electric bill. All of a sudden, is £200 or dollars, and you're like, what? Where the hell did this amount come from? Man, I wanted to save for this. I wanted to go get, you know, I don't know, my hair did, and now I gotta pay for this flipping bill, and I don't want to pay for it. Like, every time you want to do something, not every time, but okay, majority of the time, because I'm sorry, this is what you're actually known as. Majority of the time, you want to do something and you can't do it because, like, you've just had bad luck in that respect. And it's not because, and you know what's sad, is people feel like when bad stuff happens to you, it's not because you deserve it, but it's because, like, you're probably going through some sort of transformation, or this is a life lesson that you have to learn. So you're just, or you're just, unfortunately, you're just one of them unlucky people. And the women are like, that is really sad. Like, you know, and I know some of you are watching this like, I don't want their pity, But yeah, they're feeling a bit of pity there. I'm not gonna lie to you. Um, I think women are scared. Some women may try to manipulate you though. Be careful. Yeah, for some of you, I don't know who this is for, but some women may try and manipulate you. So as much as there are some women that are really nice to you, majority I was getting, even though there's some women that are nice to you, um, because you're a nice person, some of them may try to use you because you're a nice person. So keep that in mind as well. Like they may try to get you to do things for them, because they know that's just in your nature, but they may have no intentions of giving you anything back. So be careful of that. And there's just this constant vibe of you guys just getting missed opportunities. You really want an opportunity to do something, and some women feel like you just don't get it. You don't get the opportunity, and as I said, they're upset about it. But yeah, it's just I'm getting a lot of sympathy for Pal. It's like sympathy, but I respect you at the same time. I respect you're still going. And you will get what you deserve, part number two. That's how the women are feeling. So this is in a platonic sense. Now, if we're going to speak romantically, women feel like you are a very strong individual. Nothing much can really break you, because some women, the ones romantically that have known you for a while, they feel like, wow, you go through so much, but you're still standing. Like I respect you for that. And some of you, the women may have been speaking to, people that weren't that financially great off. Is that the word? They wasn't financially stable, or they had partners that didn't actually take the time to look after them, and you actually do that. So you might be like, let's go on a date. I want to bring you to a nice restaurant, or I want to bring you to this event. And they're like, okay, like I've never got treated like this before, with my past person, but you are something else. So you are something else. So they're just kind of like, I'm very happy with how generous pile number two is. And for some of you, it could just be that how they met you is through you doing something generous for someone else. So now automatically when they think of you, they view you as a very generous person. Oh yeah, that's pile number two. They're the very generous one. Like that's how they think of you. Um, they feel like you're gonna keep it real with them. But you're respectful with it. So if they come to you with a dilemma about something, you're going to be like, well, I understand how you're feeling emotionally, but if you look at the situation from a practical and logical view, but most importantly, a logical view, do you think that it was right for you to behave like this? Or do you think that makes sense for you to feel like this when this and this happened though? And then the women are sitting there like deep in their life. They're like, oh shame, let me think about this. Okay, maybe I should not have behaved like that, because that didn't do me any justice. So you just have a lot of good advice that's more on a logical viewpoint, and they really respect that about you, and they feel like you're a very respectable person to be with, in a relationship with. And then we have the Ace of Swords. So it's kind of similar to pile number one in the sense of you only speak when you have to speak. But with a pile number two, it's not so much in a bad way. It's kind of like, my man or my girl don't speak rubbish. Like when they speak, it is because it was necessary to do so at this time. They're content with the fact that you don't speak much, like pile number two. Like they're like, okay, you don't speak much, but I see why. It's because you don't feel the. It's weird. It's like whatever. This is so sad. So it's, you guys, it's kind of similar to pile number one, because it's like what you got similar as the same card, but for it's like you guys are being praised for not speaking unless you feel it's necessary. But then for pile one, when they spoke like that, it's like people were just misunderstanding them, which was really sad. So yeah, anyways, you guys have a very wise vibe of I'm gonna speak when I feel it's necessary, and if I don't speak, that means I'm not supposed to speak right now. That's how I feel. So, and the women are like, okay, well, that's what he or she said. So then we have the Magician reverse. So yeah, I feel like, okay, these are talking about exes. There are some exes in the past that look at you now, and at the time they didn't speak to you because it was like, oh, you're nothing's really going great in your life, like, so I'm just not going to speak to you no more. And some of you, your life could be improving after the breakup and you're doing well, and now your exes are looking back and they're kind of like, oh, I probably should have stayed with them, um, and I didn't, and now they are having all the benefits in their life and I'm not there. So it's like you're seen as a missed opportunity, and it's just this feeling of regret because they thought that you was just going to be this person that has nothing, even though they thought basically that you are an idiot that does everything for everyone and you don't get nothing back, so they're not going to speak to you. They thought they could just take the piss basically, and now you're still a generous person, but I think there's this vibe of I'm not going to let anything from my past make me into a horrible person or bitter or anything like that. And they're looking at you now and they're just kind of like, oh, I can't even really talk to pal number 2 again because they're just not going to speak to me again because I wasn't there when they was building. So why would they want me when they've finished the building, basically? There was a better way I could have said that, but I can't think of it right now, guys. And you know what's going to happen? I'm just going to switch this off when it's done, and I'm going to get angry because I'm like, damn, I should have said it like this. It would have been more effective. But yeah. Okay, cool. That was your reading part number 2. If you'd like to read and like, subscribe to my channel. If you would like a personal reading, the details are in the description box below. Bye, guys. Part number 3, we have the Knight of Wands. So, reversed. So, women view you as you don't rush to do things. Like, you do things at your own pace. I can't tell if this is negative yet, but I guess like intuitively I can see it in both ways. So the first way is, you're just like, whatever comes, I will deal with. Or I will get this in due time. I'm not going to rush to get it. Everything comes when it's supposed to come. And it's kind of like, some of them may look at you like, oh, you know what, I respect that. You're not rushing for certain things and you're just letting, whatever comes in life to come to you when it's supposed to come to you. Cool. But then some women might view it like, you are lazy. Could you like do something, like maybe if you put more effort in certain areas of your life, you would get the outcomes you want. But because you don't do nothing to improve them, this is why you're not getting what you want. So it depends on the woman, but yeah, the whole vibe is you don't take certain actions on certain things. And if we're looking at this romantically, women might feel like you're not taking the initiative to, ask them out. You're not taking the initiative to, you're being quite, what's the word? It's not reserved. It's like you're just chilling. And they're like, what's going on? Are we in a relationship? Are we not? Are you taking me on a date? Like, what are you doing? They're confused, basically. So, as I said, there's some women that view it as a good thing, and then there's some women that view it as a bad thing. So, yeah. Anyways, let's see what the cards say. The African American Tarot, but I'm going to sage the place because the energy of pile number The energy of pile number 2 might still be in the room. I don't want energy of different piles and going into different piles because it just needs to stay the same because I ain't got time for that. How do women feel about pile number 3? We have the 8 of Wands reversed, the Page of Cups, the Queen of Wands. Has she come up for every reading? Maybe. The Ace of Cups reversed. Yeah, I'm getting... Women kind of view you as very disinterested. Pile number. Whether it's platonic or romantic, you just come across disinterested in certain things. But I will clarify that, you know. I will elaborate. No, there's too many cards. Okay. But they do think you're very attractive, like very, like physically, you guys are saying a lot. Like that's how these women are feeling. Even if they view you platonically, they feel like, oh my gosh, you are just so hot. Like you're so good looking. It's not even a joke. Because, you know, I can see that with the Knight of Wands and Queen of Wands. No, guys, imagine like 5 cards keep coming out and I just want one. Thank you. Yeah, you guys are the kings and queens of disinterested. You're like, I'm sexy. I don't even need to tell you that. You can see. You can blatantly see that I look good, yeah? But I'm not interested in you. That doesn't mean that I want the attention. Like, I don't care for you, babe. So, yeah. That is really sad, especially when I start to speak about the whole romantic aspects. But what? We got the Empress. You guys are viewed as the Empress. You guys are viewed as the Empress. Do you know how great that is? That's amazing. Okay. I'm happy for you guys. So I'm doing a little dance. Do you know what this is? This is, I got my own money. I look good. I do not have to speak to you, sir or madam. In this case, madam, I do not have to speak to you, madam. Like, do you know who I am? And it's not even coming off like you think you're all that. It's the fact that you are all that. And these women know you are all that. It's crazy. But you're just, for some women, they actually view you as perfect. And I know no one's perfect, but it's coming across like that. Like, I mean, part number 3 can do no wrong. Like, I mean, what you are doing wrong is you're not giving them the time of day. But other than that, like, you really, really, really have your shiz together. And it's amazing. But not gonna lie, guys, you are very physically attractive to these women. Very physically attractive, whether it's platonic or romantic. I have to stress that. So if you thought you don't look good, I'm not trying to hear that, because let me tell you something, these women think you look good. Okay. You look after yourself. Okay? Okay. So basically, they just feel like you don't want to talk to them. I don't know what it is. So platonically, you guys, these girls might try and invite you to go out somewhere, and you might have to decline because, you know, maybe you're focused on your project, or you're focused on work, or you're focused on school. I don't know. You're very focused on something, but it's not them, and they're feeling a type of way about it. But it's not in a bitter way, it's in a sad way. Like, oh man, I really wish we could spend time together, but you're not giving me the time of day. Like, what is that about? So yeah, you guys just keep rain checking people, rain checking women, and they don't like it. They're like, bitch, I thought we were supposed to hang out. Like, what is that? So yeah, some of you may do that. Oh, maybe next week, or maybe next month, and it never happens. So they're just like, I don't really like that. I don't really like that. So yeah, um, yeah. I mean, you're nice, so they don't think you're a bitch or anything, because they don't think you're a horrible person or anything, because the Page of Cups is a really loving, sweet person, but you guys aren't gonna sacrifice your whole day or week for these girls. You're not gonna do it, and they feel like sometimes you give empty promises, and they really want to spend time with you, and it's just empty promises over and over. So there's that. But they do think you're very fun. Um, they feel like you're very lucky as well. For pile number 3, women view you as a very lucky person, because I don't know, I feel like the bunny and the empress together is giving me luck. Um, so that's why you're not really here trying to really, you know, not that you're not trying to be friends with people, but you don't really need people, because they just feel like the universe has got your back anyway, and people are going to come to you anyway. So women are just like, you're just a very abundant person. I get it. I understand why you don't want to spend time with me. I'm not even mad, but I would like it if you would spend more time with me. So there's that. Some of you, you have a very like childish like vibe to you, but it's not childish in a bad way. Let me change what I said. Youthful. They're very youthful vibe. So when they're chilling with you, they feel young again. They feel like they can relax, the women. And it's nice to be around that energy, like not having to be around seriousness. And the women really like it. They're like, yeah, you know what? Like, pile number 3 is fun. They're fun. They're fun. And as I said, they think you're very beautiful. Um, you know, they think you're very confident within yourself, and they just like that. They like that about you. They like that. They think you dress very well as well, if you didn't know. Some of you wear a lot of gold. They like that. Some of you wear a lot of jewelry. They like that. They're like, okay, bad bitches coming through. Don't even like, royalty is coming through. Okay, the girls are like, well, I mean, I can't even be mad. She looked good. He looked good. He looked good. Do you know what I mean? If you're a guy, you dress very smart. Like, they really like it. But you're just not showing no love. I know I'm repeating myself, guys, but the cards are just so in sync with each other. It's crazy. You have the Ace of Cups reversed. Like, you guys are not, you know, taking the initiative to create a friendship with these women. They're trying to be your friend, and you're just like, I never told you we was that close, babe. I never told you me and you was bench and batty. If you don't know what that means, that's like, I never told you me and you was close. Like, I never said that to you. Do not get it twisted. I've got things to do. It's not personal, but don't, like, I don't want you to think that it's really sad. Like, you guys come off like, I love you guys, I do, but I've got things to do, you know? I cannot be around you 24/7. I'm a busy woman. I'm a busy guy. Like, just relax. That's the vibe I'm getting. And even when you kind of like shrug people off, they're like, I mean, that was rude, but okay, cool. I don't know. You can do no wrong. You can do no wrong, pile number 3. I like you guys, and I don't even personally know you. Like, you can do no wrong. You're like, I got things to do, but yeah, I love you. You know, keep cute. You know, I'll see you another time. When? I don't know, but don't worry, I will see you. That's the vibe you guys are giving off. Yeah, people just feel like as it's like you have very nice energy. It seems very loving, but they feel like really deep down inside you do not give a fuck about them. You, excuse my language, you do not care about them. You're just like, yeah. Anyways, I'll see that person when I can, but you're just focused on what you need to be focused on. They know they're not a priority, so they're not upset with you, but they're like, man, wish I had more attention on me. And you know what? That even applies romantically. But I'll say when it comes to romance, you guys are not putting attention on these women. But you know what's mad? They're not mad at you for it. They're like, I know you are very good looking, and you are the baddest bee, and you are the finest guy I've seen. But guess what? Can you show me some affection, some attention? Like, come on. But it's literally that that you guys do not come off as a beg friend. If you don't know what a beg friend is someone that begs for friends. Like, you don't come off like that. So they don't see you as needy, but they see you as unattainable. Like, I cannot get this person, I cannot wife this person, I cannot make this person my husband because they won't let me, you know. But they really, I don't know, there's nothing you can do wrong, pal number 3. That is crazy. But that is how women view you guys. If you'd like to, then like, subscribe to my channel. If you'd like a personal reading, the details are in the description box below. Bye guys.